Christian High School. Chris Kidd, Chris Gore, and J.J. Pruitt here with you this evening as we're finally back to some high school basketball action after the weather has delayed things throughout the week. A lot of games being shut down even tonight. But Coach Gore, we are here for finally at least some relevancy, some back to normalcy a little bit. It's nice to actually be back to feeling like we're doing our job again.
Yeah, thank goodness. Great to get out of the house. Hit a few icy spots on the way here, but made it in one piece.
Well, now here is Teays Valley Christian on the offensive. Little drive, not going to go for Holmes. Rebound knocked loose and taken by Jackson Neal. Chapmanville will bring it up the floor. Little slide there by Blair. They'll skip it over far side for Browning. Back out top. And again, we'll have the varsity game coming your way approximately 7 o'clock tonight here on the D&D Sports Networks. Again, like and share out there to let everybody know that we've got basketball action here tonight. As Neal's jumping from the top of the key, rolls out, taken away by the Lions. Now into the front court. Tough drive here. Ball deflected a little. Now back inside, up and under reverse, and that'll go up and in for Anchor.
You see that hang time, Chris?
Yeah, it's almost close to mine. I mean, maybe about 5 seconds less, but I don't think I had hang time at any point in time, even on the zip line. It's inside Browning's turnaround won't fall. Rebound knocked loose, taken away now by Teays Valley. It's into the front court, pull up three. This one off the back of the iron for Holmes and taken away by Browning.
Now, I remember that kid from a couple weeks ago in Chapmanville. You don't want to let him get loose from three.
Yeah, I agree with you, Chris. Again, a couple weeks ago, he lit Chapmanville up from the outside. Teays Valley did primarily from the outside. A lot of their work in both those games. Is a nice move by Neal for the layup.
I tell you, that kid has really worked hard and transformed his body. He looks like a ball player this year.
He really does, again, and it's like he got taller in the offseason.
Definitely.
Now 2-2 your score just 2 minutes into the contest. There's Johnson, kick it over far side. Ellis trying to penetrate inside, kicks it back out to Anchor. He'll stop, pop a three, and he'll knock it down. So Anchor out of the gates with a great reverse and now a three-pointer. Again, he plays some on the varsity side as well. I think we only saw him play 2 quarters of action down in Chapmanville, and they saved him for the varsity game as Neal misses on the layup.
I feel like we've missed 3 or 4 in there, Chapmanville has.
Oh. Well, I tell you, the court looks about as slick as the ice outside right now. That's the 3rd slide we've seen.
Halftime, they're going to have to bring the salt truck out.
That would actually be hilarious. They brought a salt truck in here for it. Yeah, I was going to say, could help our sidewalks over there on the back lot at Chapmanville. Whew. Tell you what, I've had
like Tanya Harding out there this morning.
Oh, I've had a nice little slip and slide action the last couple of days now. Vance will bring it across the timeline. Chapmanville trailing at 5-2 as they dump it down the left block for Browning. He'll get tied up as Ellis came in and causes the transfer now as it'll give it back over to Teays Valley.
The big men for Chapmanville, I feel like, need to do a better job not bringing that ball down to where the guards for Teays Valley can grab it.
Yeah, again, you hear that a lot from coaches and even on broadcast. You don't bring the ball down and stuff. And I mean, all it does is just create opportunities for guards, anybody to come in to try and tie it up or take it away from you.
Yeah, you take away your size advantage when you do that, Chris.
Ellis will kick it up top. Johnson, tough take on the right side, left it short as Vance wanted a charging call. Now Blair comes up with it as he'll bring it across the timeline. Over to Browning, nice spin move, and David Browning will put it into the left hand.
He really took his time that time, gathered, great spin on the inside, really fundamental left hand.
And I think we'll see maybe a little bit of wear and tear just from not being on the court maybe as much last few days. Again, these guys get into a rhythm of playing, 2-3 times a week, and all of a sudden that gets taken away. It takes a little bit of time to kind of get going again. Well, unless you're Neo Anchor, I guess, because there's another strong take.
That was a quick baseline drive.
He's got all 7 of Teays Valley's points as that entry pass gets away. Here comes Anchor again. He'll charge up the right side. Nice move and great lay-in on the right side by Anchor. Again, he's got such good agility and footwork and great control of the ball around the rim.
He's proving to be a problem right now for the Tigers.
That pass deflected out of bounds by Johnson. So it'll stay with Chapmanville. Yeah, I said I get gain a new appreciation whenever I go and try and shoot ball now, which isn't frequently, but I see how diminished my skills have gotten over the years, which wasn't much to begin with. So you have a lot of appreciation for players that are able to control the ball like that on those type of shots. So in the left corner, 3 on the way. That one going to be short from Oldrick. Vance will take the rebound away and bring it across the timeline. Nice spin move. Vance gets into the paint off the back iron and falls off. Johnson will control the rebound as the Lions come into the front court, leading at 9-4. Spin move by Holmes, kicks it back out. Moves it around to the left side. Oldrick didn't want the shot. Now they'll give it up top for Holmes. He'll step back. Nice little entry pass. May have got deflected as Sperry comes away with it. Sperry then tried a really difficult pass there between 2 defenders, and that'll be thrown away.
Yeah, he tried to thread the needle there. That's a difficult low pass for Browning to handle, but he did a great job here rotating help side to get the steal.
Now, that's one of the interesting things, I think, Chris. You know, I coach tennis, you coach basketball, but we've all had those moments with players where they do something where you're like, no, 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 and then it works. And then you're still kind of mad about it.
Yep, it can definitely happen. It's oh no, oh great, good job.
It's just one of those you hate it because you're like, I know they're going to think they can do this all the time now. And
yes.
Yeah, I would have. That's why I always coach mine. They want to hit between the leg shots and everything else. And I was like, you are maybe going to have that once in every 20 matches. It's like you're not going to work on that. You're not going to need that. Don't do it. So now in the middle, nice little turnaround there by Sperry. Can't get it to fall. Browning, though, on the putback, and he'll get it with the left hand.
That was a great box out, David, that time, getting himself positioned on the offensive glass. Easy 2.
9-6 now, Chapmanville trailing it. It's much like the first contest between these two. Same on the varsity side. Chapmanville got out to a slow start in that game as Teays Valley was knocking everything down from the outside, and then Chapmanville just turned their water off as the game went along. That 3 too strong from Ellis. Now here comes Harless across the timeline. Chapmanville trying to whittle the lead to 1 or tie on this trip. Browning will take it on the right side, goes up on Anchor, and he'll finish.
Another strong physical move. Anchor may need to adjust his positioning to keep David from catching the ball so low on the block.
It's a 1-point game as Browning and Anchor carrying the offenses here so far. Browning's got 6 of the 8 for Chapmanville. Anchor's got all 9 for Teays Valley. Johnson gets a screen up top, gives it over for Anchor. Anchor trying to work against Harless. Dangerous pass, and that's going to get away and out of bounds.
Nice job that time bringing the run and jump trap. Catching Anchor just a little bit off balance there, forcing the turnover.
That's what I can say. Seemed like he was a little surprised by the trap coming that time and just kind of panicked and threw it away instead of setting and trying to find somebody.
Yeah, and over here on the sidelines, the perfect place to do that.
Now a chance for Chapmanville to take the lead for the first time. Teays Valley's led it the whole way. Nice look inside. Sperry finishes on the layup.
It was a beautiful pass. He knew exactly where the rotation came from, and he found the open man.
David Browning been outstanding here in this opening quarter for the Tigers. As there's a high left-handed layup. Won't fall for Holmes. Here comes Chapmanville into the front court. Harless cross court to Sperry as we're under a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Now up top with it. Trying to find a crease, shoveling it inside. Good ball movement underneath that's finished by Browning. So that was a good find by Cass Smith. Again, I had to take a second look there at Cass. You know, it looks like got a haircut and a shave.
Very clean cut today.
Yeah, I didn't quite recognize him. Sperry comes away with the steal, drives in, he'll get bumped. And with under 25 seconds to go here in the first, Chapmanville will take it out underneath. That's just the first foul on either side.
That's
here.
exactly what I was thinking. Been a very clean game, up and down.
That's what I tell the officials every time. I said, look, just put them whistles away. You don't need them. I said, let's just keep it rolling tonight. Now top of the key, Harless. Long trigger on the 2, no good. Taken away by Holmes with 20 seconds to go. Now over to Ellis, back out front. Oldrick, he'll pull on this 3. Online, but too strong. Ellis chases it down. Now back to Ellis with 10 seconds left. Gets an open look from the corner, and that one did the same thing. And once again, a third chance. Anchor, he'll come up short. Rebound knocked loose by Harless. It'll be saved, and that'll run out the first quarter. But Chapmanville leading it 12-9, as we'll be back after this. You're watching high school basketball action here on the D&D Sports Network.
Here at Logan Bank and Trust, we are committed to serving the needs of the Southern Coalfields.
For any of your financial needs, we encourage you to stop by one of our 5 convenient locations or apply online today at lbnt.com.
Whether you choose to stop by or visit us online, our team is here to help you every step of the way.
Buying a new home, expanding your business, choose Logan Bank and Trust. Let's bank together.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you're looking for a friendly and fun atmosphere to enjoy your daily cuisine, come to Teays Pizza in Lenore, West Virginia. Teays Pizza has world-renowned cheese sticks, delicious pizza, and the best subs in the pizza and pasta game. Don't forget to take advantage of our milkshake shop located inside. Bring your family down to meet ours. We are the place that treats you like family from the second you pull in the parking lot. We look forward to seeing you here at Teays Pizza.
Start of quarter number 2 here from Teays Valley Christian High School. Chris Kidd, J.J. Pruitt, Chris Gore with you here this evening. It's the Chris and Chris show, and so far in this game, Coach Gore, it's been David Browning and Neo Anchor's show.
It has. Anchor super athletic. I'm anxious to see how many quarters in this JV game he's going to play. If I'm not mistaken, they get to play in 6 a night. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then David Browning came in and really established himself inside on the block and made some great passes. So, which he's starting the second quarter on the bench.
And you see Anchor on the bench as well. It's a good call there, Chris. Like you said, I think he started in varsity as well, so I'd say we'll see him maybe one more quarter, and that'll be it tonight. This rebound fought for, another miss around the rim for the Tigers. As you alluded to, Coach Gore, they had several of those in the first quarter. Now Chapmanville does lead at 12-9. The entry pass deflected and taken away. Smith will bring it into traffic. Now trying to find a release valve, gets it out to Adkins. Top of the key for Sperry. Now back over to Smith. They'll step into a 3 and cans it.
Great ball movement in transition. Wide open step in 3.
And the penetration that time really set that up too. Again, you saw all 5 defenders crash in, and that just opened up a couple of three-point shooters on the outside as 3 by Johnson will answer back. So there's a 3 for him, and the first person other than Anchor to score in this game. 15-12 Chapmanville. Atkins will give it off to Sperry, drives inside the free throw line, dumps it off for Neal, up and under by Neal, won't fall, and taken away by Teays Valley. It's Luca Dessa into the game for the first time for the Lions. That ball's going to get knocked loose by Atkins into the backcourt. Here's another strong take on the right side. Good dribble by Payne as he got into the corner and able to take it right in for the layup.
The help came very, very late, which I felt the help should have come from Sperry on the weak side there. And Carter definitely didn't know if he should commit. He's got a shooter on his side of the floor, so you need to see that help really rotate from the backside.
Yeah, it's an excellent point. Again, that's a lot of the little things that a lot of people don't see sometimes, especially in team sports, you know, whether it's the block gets done right or the screen gets set right or, you know, knowing who you're picking up. I mean, a lot of people just don't see those things. That's why I'm glad there's a coach here, because I don't notice it 90% of the time. It's Carter. I know that's good, though.
And he's got a sweet stroke. I'm excited to get to see him on the floor tonight.
And again, Brock Carter, we talked about him since the start of the season. He's just very silky smooth on the court. Everything he does just looks effortless. Chapmanville now regains a 4-point lead. Tough drive by Payne. Kicks it out. Now over to Ellis. Kicks it over to Johnson. Knocked down a 3 from the left side, or the right side earlier. Now hits one from the left side.
Well, it's cold outside, but it's starting to heat up in here.
Yeah, that's now the second 3 this quarter, 4th three-pointer between the teams this period. Atkins looks to add to that quarter, or add to that total, and he does with a 3 from the left corner.
It's a great penetration there by Mullins. Gorgeous kick out. Smith, I'm sorry.
And again, these guys just burying threes left and right here at the moment as Payne looks to keep it going. This 3 from the left side comes up short. Smith will take the rebound away. Gives it off to Carter. Carter to the left block. Turnaround jumper is going to be short and taken back by Teays Valley.
A little bit of a force there.
Bessa gets it up ahead. Ellis now swings it over for Payne as we have 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Payne, another strong take, and he'll draw the whistle this time.
It was a very quick first step to the middle of the floor.
Payne took himself a little tumble under there. Again, floor does kind of fall off a little bit on that backside, so I guess you hit that wrong, you might end up taking a little bit of a tumble. But Chapmanville over there quickly to try and help Payne up, and now we're going to see our first free throws of the evening from either side. As we said, this has been a quick-paced game. Only 3 fouls been called altogether so far here in the first half. As Payne will rip the nets for the first one. That's 3 points for him overall in this contest. Like we said, we've got a slew of games on hand tomorrow and Saturday as well, should the weather hold up. Again, we know we had quite a few games still canceled around the area today. Hopefully we'll be able to get back to normal scheduling tomorrow here on D&D with some great slates of high school basketball games to choose from. Right now, myself and JJ, we're supposed to be over for Mingo and Lincoln County tomorrow night. As inside, good passing to Blair, and he'll lay it in.
I think Jackson might have got away with an extra step there, but once he saw the help rotation, he found the open man underneath.
Now we get a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay here with Chapmanville leading it 23-19 at the moment. And sorry about that, Coach Gore. But in your JV games, typically, what is it that you're wanting to see out of your JV group? Obviously, your focus is on varsity at that point, but you know as well as I do, you're kind of looking for people to step up and maybe be a part of that next level, if not this year, then in years coming.
Yeah, you're looking for, your guys to continue to buy into the system, play hard, play with effort, get out here, make the extra pass, make the right reads, diving on the floor, loose balls, rebounds. This is where your kids really have an opportunity to show how bad they want it. And if they can get out here and make good decisions with the basketball and stay scrappy, you never know when your opportunity might get called, your number get called in the varsity game to step in and play key minutes.
That's a great point, yeah, because, even in tennis, we'd have extra matches a lot of times in middle school and where I worked with high school too. I wanted to see what they could do, and 4 of the girls that won states for us, 4 of them weren't even in the top 6 in middle school and continued to work and ended up getting there in high school. So I'm like you, these JV games, they matter a lot to the coaches, even if they don't necessarily have their own statistics or their own standings or anything like that. There's a lot that's being looked at by the coaches in these games. Now Carter draws the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line. So Chapmanville now going to shoot their first free throws of the contest. As Carter able to sink the first. There's been a wide range of Tigers. In the scorebook so far, 6 players already scoring for Chapmanville, only 3 for Teays Valley Christian. As Carter looking to push this lead to 6, and this is now the largest lead of the game on either side.
A stop here for Chapmanville would be huge, Chris. A stop and a bucket would give them a little bit of separation.
And then Teays Valley led it by 5 in the first quarter. Chapmanville now by 6. And I'm like you, Tigers would love to get a little bit of breathing room in this contest, especially with Anchor on the bench. Out front with it, Payne trying to spin away from Atkins and able to do so, but now loses the ball, is coming away with it as Blair. He'll bring it over, gives it off to Neal. Neal may have had it rejected near the rim and taken back. Now Atkins intercepts it in the backcourt. He'll bring it back up over to Gollihue. Gollihue, corner, setting his feet as Blair goes for a 3, and he'll bury it.
Nice shot by Kyler there. He looked like he hesitated to start with. He needs to be ready to put that ball in the air.
And sometimes those open ones are the hardest ones to knock down because you've got too much time to think about.
That's very true.
28-19 now. Chapmanville leads it as Payne tries to answer back and does so as he lets out almost an exasperated thank God after that.
Yeah, he labored for that one. He looks a little bit fatigued here. I think he's calling to the bench right now.
Yeah, it looks like that's what he's doing, Coach Gore. And I don't know if he got shaken up or if he's just gassed right now. But yeah, he did just make a motion to the bench, come get somebody for me.
I'm a little gassed watching these guys. I've been watching a lot of Netflix on these snow days. So.
I was going to say, walking up my steps doesn't exactly do the same exercise or calisthenics as basketball does.
All this exercise going on, I'm getting a little bit out of breath here.
I'm going to have to go to the concession stand. Hang on. It's Chapmanville put Alberta timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout with 2:55 left here in the first half. As Tigers leading it 28-22 here over Teays Valley Christian. Again, Chris Kidd, Chris Gore with you. With J.J. Pruitt, our engineer for this evening's game. Chapmanville trying to get back on the right track here after they had a tough loss to Ashland, Kentucky there last week, Chris. And that was a game that obviously they wanted to win. They wanted to try and get over the hump against Ashland, Kentucky, but that was still a great matchup for Chapmanville to try and see what we need to work on, where we need to get to.
It was the perfect matchup for Chapmanville to be able to identify their weaknesses. You had speed versus size, and ultimately the speed won out. Chapmanville had a really difficult time keeping Ashland out of the middle of the paint, collapsed a lot on defense, relied way too much on help rotations, and their shooters went to work. So it was a really good opportunity for Chapmanville to be able to look on film and figure out what they need to shore up defensively, especially on the ball, so that they can have a little bit more success the next time they face a team with that much speed.
And that's the thing, you want to play different teams with different tempos, different styles. You don't know what you're going to run into come tournament time, so you want to try and be as prepared as you can for any situation or any scenario. They get it into Sperry. He misses on the short jumper. Rebound taken away by Campbell. Here comes Teays Valley. Trailed by 9 a moment ago, and now a push going to be called here with 2:34 left in the half. So it looks like they're going to get Austin Atkins on that foul. It's only 2 team fouls apiece here in the second quarter. So the penalty not really an issue at the time being. Johnson will give it back to Ellis. Ellis retreats a few steps, now gets going, gives it back over. He's trying to find a lane, but nothing opening up for Wall. Now pass goes out of bounds over to Chapmanville.
It's a nice job by Sperry defensively. He got caught up in 3 different switches, having to get out on the perimeter and guard smaller players. He did a nice job making them throw the ball away there.
He will bring it across the timeline over to Blair. Out front for Harless. Man-to-man defense over to Atkins, looking for a second 3. This one just off. Gollahue goes in amongst the trees and gets the board. Shovels it back out. Now back over to Sperry. Chapmanville resets at top of the key. Harless knocks down the 3.
He can shoot it, Chris. He's one that you don't want to leave open as well.
That's 5 3-pointers this quarter by the Tigers. 8 in all, with the 3 included by Teays Valley. So it has been a downtown shooters fiesta here in the second quarter. Pass cross court, knocked away by Sperry. Can he save it? Almost. Great effort by Sperry, but it will stay here with Teays Valley.
Chapmanville doing a really nice job playing great pack line defense. Kyler Blair had the middle of the paint clogged up. Every time a guard looked to turn the corner, they knew there was going to be nowhere to go there.
Johnson will inbound. Ellis will bring it across midcourt. Minute 22 left in the opening half. Johnson, him and Sperry bumping. Johnson, tough turnaround, no good. As Sperry able to grab the board, now throws it up for grabs. Is Blair able to come up with it? And Sperry just got caught in midair that time, but found Blair at the last moment. Now here comes Smith. Down to 1 minute to go here in the first half. Sperry kicks it out, driving in. Harless over into the corner for Blair. Top of the key now for Smith. He penetrates on the right side, kicks it back out to Harless, looking for a little screen, but couldn't quite get it up over Johnson. Now they get it back to Harless. He'll pull the trigger. This one off the back iron. Rebounded by Atkins as Chapmanville gets another opportunity. Smith back out to Harless. Good fake. Now floater up, and Harless finishes.
That was smooth. Really nice ball fake to get his defender up in the air. And a nice floater.
And again, after taking a couple of those threes, you knew the defender was going to come flying at him. And Harless did a great job of faking and getting by for the 2. He's going to get a foul on Atkins out front.
It's a couple on Austin here the last couple minutes. We need to remind him it's basketball season.
I was going to say, can't quite get the hands on him in the secondary like he used to during football season. You know, we've seen him come up with an interception already tonight. He had quite a few of those during football season.
He sure did.
On the right side, and there's another foul, so Austin's going to get his 3rd right away. So I guess he's not going to take him back to Chapmanville with
He
him.
might as well burn them here in Teays Valley.
And we all know that we've got players sometimes that come in and you're like, you know what, you can use your fouls. It's fine. I had that luxury. This clock didn't start for a few seconds. Now finally gets going as Atkins goes diving for the loose ball. Smith comes up with it, lobs it up. He got caught in between shot and pass that time. And Smith trying to explain himself as he turned around that time. He saw Atkins open, but then he got covered up and really had nothing he could do with it.
I think he got a little spooked by the clock as well, counting down.
Only 5 seconds left now as they heave it over far side. Down to 2, down to 1. They'll get a shot off at the horn. Going to be off to the right by Wall, and that'll do it for the first 16 minutes of action. We're going to step aside for a break and come back with some stats and analysis from the first half after this, as you're watching high school basketball here on the D&D Sports Network. getting ready for the start of quarter number 3 here from Teays Valley Christian High School. Chris Kidd, Chris Gore, and J.J. Pruitt here with you here this evening. And again, Chris, it was fast-paced first half, and Chapmanville got out of the gates a little bit slow, but really started to dominate inside in the first quarter. And second quarter, it was basically bombs away from outside.
It was absolutely. You saw quite a few Tigers get in on the action. Kyler Blair, Austin Adkins, Case and Harless were all hitting from the outside. Looks like we have that bigger lineup back in for the third quarter for Chapmanville. Got a couple new faces. Has number 1 been in the game for Teays Valley? That's Johnson. I believe he has, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Okay. So he matches up pretty well down there with Browning.
I tell you, it's crazy looking at the disparity. Only 3 players scored for Teays Valley in the first half. 8 of the 12 dressed for Chapmanville have gotten into the scorebook so far. As Cruz Burgess looks to make it number 9, and he will as he drives in, Jacob Vance.
Nice job, Kaysen found him on the trail.
Now Vance is the 9th out of 12 players to score for the Tigers here this evening. They've built it up to a 14-point lead, and now we get a push out front. They're going to get this on Browning. It feels like they've kind of switched up the way they've officiated a little bit here since the first quarter. They're calling a lot more bumps now than they did in the first.
Yeah, a few more bumps on the outside, and Chapmanville's going to have that whenever they're guarding a big that can play away from the basket. It's going to be difficult for David, for Jackson, to be able to move their feet and keep those guys in front of them.
And how much of that just destroy you and annoy you as a head coach whenever the game might not have a flow to how it's being called?
Yeah, that can definitely be frustrating. It's hard for players to adjust as well. The physicality that was going on there in the first quarter, they really tried to bottle that up here on these guys.
Vance gets the layup. He's got all 4 points here in the second half for Chapmanville. It's a good save there by Oldrick. Now Ellis, what a tough drive, but couldn't quite get the roll off the rim. Now Chapmanville attacking on the other end as Harless gets it out front for Vance. Left side, down low for Browning. Dominated in the first quarter, goes up. Couldn't quite get it this time, gets it back. Browning banging against Ellis. Got the big size advantage, and Browning exploits it.
He did. He looked to pass that ball off, but then he realized he had a much smaller defender and made the right decision, spinning back to the left hand.
It's like they said whenever we were younger, mouse in the house, mouse in the house.
I tell you, Chapmanville's given up quite a few offensive boards here as we see Harless come away with the steal.
Well, he'll just pull on the 3. Never quite got set on that one, and that'll go out of bounds over to Teays Valley.
That one wasn't quite the best decision there. But to my point I was making earlier, Chris, not doing a very good job getting body on shooters. Typically, whenever there's a long 3 shot, you're going to have a long rebound. And I've noticed that the Tigers are kind of walking underneath the basket, looking for the ball to come to them, and instead of boxing out those shooters and then going to pursue the basketball.
And again, just fundamentals, the little things. Again, the little things always add up to big things. Johnson's 3's going to come up short. Good defense by Browning. Tigers are bringing it across the timeline. 2 minutes gone here in the third quarter as Vance continues his torrid streak here in this period. He's got 6 of the 8 now for the Tigers, and the lead is ballooned to 20. Here comes Older at the free throw line. Jumper rolls off, taken away. Sperry will race into the front court. Drives in, kicks at corner. Harless for 3, buries a textbook right there.
It's a great kick out. Defense collapsed. Harless all alone for 3.
It was. As soon as you get those defenders to collapse and you've got shooters on the floor, it's like chasing ghosts if you're the defense almost. Tough take along the baseline this time. Shot well off for Wall. Now here comes Sperry charging back the other way. Can't get it with the left hand. Nice job by Blair tipping it back out front as Browning will grab it. Browning will drive in right side, goes with the right hand, and David Browning finishes.
So yeah, Teays Valley might need to think about a timeout here.
Yeah, right now it's getting away from them in a hurry, 47-22. Skip it over left side for Oldrick. He'll pull the trigger on a 3. This one too strong. Rebound tip. Blair able to get it. It's Oldrick and him hand fighting for it. Sperry over to Harless. Good 3 from the corner again, and Harless knocks it down.
Great extra pass there by Eli Sperry to set that up for Kaysen in the corner.
That's 7 threes now in the game for the Tigers. They had 5 at halftime. Teays Valley had 4. It's a 50-22 lead. Is that three-pointer going to be too strong from Campbell? Taken back by Chapmanville. Carlos will skip it over for Vance. Now down low, Sperry. Turns with the right hand, no good. Tries to put it back up again, no good. A third try, no good. Fourth try, losing him, and he'll pick up the foul instead.
Well, you can't fault his effort there, Chris. He was going after the basketball.
Yeah, it's like I said, that was great effort trying to get the ball back each time. Now, I think he just lost his footing and ended up stumbling into him. So that wasn't a frustration foul, just sometimes the coordination gets you before you can get the coordination. We're under halfway to go here in this third quarter.
They've set up an isolation here.
Now they get it back out front. Three-pointer off the mark for Aldrich. Rebound, and we'll get a tie-up as Smith got his hands in there, and that'll give it back over to Chapmanville.
Great play by Smith there. Like we talked about in the first quarter, anytime those big guys bring the balls down, you bring the little guys back into play.
Vance had something in his eye there momentarily as he brings it across the timeline. Again, varsity action set to start approximately 7 o'clock tonight here between Teays Valley Christian and Chapmanville as Gollihue's shot rolls off. Rebound comes loose over in the corner. Gollihu goes diving for it. We're going to get another tie-up, and this will give it back over to the Lions.
Love to see that hustle from Gollihu there on the loose ball, especially up 20.
Yeah, I think these are the ones or moments where you start seeing it as a coach too. You know, who's still giving that effort? Who's still pushing, regardless of if you're up or down by 28 at this point. And this is sometimes where playing time gets won. In the corner, three-pointer going to be an air ball from Aldrich as Chapmanville grabs it on the backside. Smith will bring it across. So pull up, long two-pointer on the way. This one no good, but Sperry grabs the rebound. He'll take a three from the corner, no good. Rebound again comes deep into the corner. Smith will grab it. He'll drive inside the free throw line. Little jumper good. Cass Smith with 5 points now. And again, our game coming up on the varsity side, that'll be live on pay-per-view here tonight. So again, go to our Facebook website, click on the link, or even on YouTube, and you'll be able to find the link to find us on pay-per-view here this evening. 30-point Chapmanville lead. Vance going coast to coast, and he'll lay it in.
It's coming up a little bit gimpy here, Chris.
That's a shame after the type of quarter he's had. Again, 8 points all in this period. Now rebound taken by Smith. He'll push into the front court, drives right side, put a head fake on. Teays Valley didn't fall for it, and now they'll take the rebound back. At the top of the key, pull-up jumper now from the left elbow. That one's going to be short from Campbell. And this really just kind of turned into a glorified up and back and forth game here. There's not a whole lot of sets being run at the moment.
Looks like a little fatigue as well. Some of these guys in the pinstripes are playing volleyball or volleyball line right now. They might need a timeout.
Yeah, I was going to say, sometimes you just blow a whistle just to catch your own breath, I'd imagine. This Browning will get fouled, and he'll go to the line. There's going to be several substitutions on both sides here. Looks like the Lions going to go with almost a complete line change. Browning at the line, free throw up and good, as both teams just 2 for 2 in the first half from the line, so didn't have a whole lot of foul shooting going on. Browning now with 13 points for the game. Browning leading all scorers right now. That one off the mark. Neal, though, on the rebound. Got blocked on the way back up. He'll take it back, though. Chapmanville gets another crack at it. Vance for a three, rolls off. Neal tips it back out again, and Neal saves the possession. Great hustle by Jackson Neal as he'll get it down on the right block for Browning. Spin move on Campbell. Takes it to the other side. Gets blocked by Campbell, and now taken out by Teays Valley. Up ahead to Ellis. He'll drive in. Can't finish on the layup. Smith may have got a piece of it. Now Vance will bring it back the other way. Drives in on the right side, goes up, can't finish. Rebounded by Smith. Kicks it back over to Vance, now to Browning, left side, misses the layup, gets it back again, no good. Rebounded again by Browning, kicks it out front. Smith, little floater up, and he'll knock it down.
Well, eventually, if you're going to give them that many chances, one's going to go down.
I was going to say, it's just been back and forth barnyard basketball here the last couple of minutes on both sides.
Yeah, if you're Coach Watts, you got to love the effort on the offensive glass for the Tigers.
Absolutely. Again, that saves so many possessions and does so much when you get that many opportunities. Now Coach Watts going to call a timeout here with 59.4 seconds to go, I believe, just to try and get some substitutes into the game.
Looks like we're going to see Colton New for the first time. I believe he was up at the scorer's table. He's a freshman. Tallest player on the squad, I believe.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's like a baby giraffe.
He is, and he's an accident report in gym class waiting to happen. He's very active out there, playing basketball, loves to block shots. If he comes in and the rim's low, we've had a bad day.
Oh, no. Yeah, anytime he gave me a step ladder out there, I had a field day with it. But, yeah, I just now was looking at it, though, Chris. I don't think I noticed it till now. Teays Valley has not scored here in this third quarter. It's been a 23-0 run for Chapmanville here in this third quarter. That will end your day fast.
Yeah, that's a little hard to come back from. We'll see if the Tigers can pitch the shutout here. Got just about a minute left to see if they can do it here in the third quarter.
It just always reminds me of that Bob Uecker moment, Major League. Got chased away by that little 10-run first inning the Red Sox put up. A little 23-0 run kind of did some damage. Scholar will get it over left side for Carter. Tried to feed it to New. Ball knocked loose and now taken back by the Lions. So they try to go to Colton New right away. Teays Valley was ready for it. Still looking for their first points this quarter. Now driving in. And immediately as soon as I mentioned it, an and one.
Broadcasters, James.
There's no such thing, and yet it always happens. It's unreal. Again, Odessa gets the and one opportunity. That's what's funny. I didn't even recognize it. It wasn't like I was trying to avoid saying it. I just kind of looked up there in the timeout, and I was like, I don't think they've scored yet. Literally 20 seconds later, Odessa gets the and one. So now it's a 32-point lead for the Tigers. Final half minute of the third quarter. Smith penetrates, slips a little. Like we said, it's almost been like an ice skating rink out here in this first game. Gollahue, he'll pull on the three. That one in and out. Rebound comes out long as Ellis will take it. Shovels it over left side. Great defense by Smith as he was able to deflect it away from Johnson.
Good hands there to stop the break. That was a great look by Neal to get the ball to Gollahue in the corner. Great shot, just missed.
10.9 seconds left here in the third. Johnson out front, dangerous pass, but it finds Ellis. Ellis will drive, kicks it out, down to 2 seconds, down to 1, and Johnson's going to be called for a travel. Yeah, he stepped and then he bunny hopped, and I think that's what did it for him on that possession. So Chapmanville might get a heave off here, or might just run out these final 7/10 of a second.
See if they can catch it on the move here.
Carter, he didn't really have any momentum to fire that one. He'll just run out the quarter as a 23-3 quarter for the Tigers has opened up a 32-point lead. Back after this as you're watching high school basketball action on the D&D Sports Network.
Smokey Armstrong here from United Motorsports of Belfry. Looking for your next adventure? We've got the motorcycles, side-by-sides, and ATVs needed to take your riding to the next level. Whether you're hitting the track, enjoying the trails, exploring the open road, or seeking comfort and style, we've got you covered with trusted brands like Honda, Polaris, and Kawasaki. At United Motorsports, we're not just about selling power sports, we're passionate about helping you find the perfect ride. Our team will work with you to customize your vehicle, offer expert advice, and provide top-notch service. No matter where your adventure takes you, ready to get started? Call us at 606-237-7311 or visit www.unitedmotorsportsbelfry.com or stop by today. Your next ride is waiting.
Start of quarter number 4 here from Teays Valley Christian High School. Chris Kidd, Chris Gore, J.J. Pruitt, our engineer here this evening, as we are Getting set for the final 8 minutes of our first game. And again, we've got our varsity game coming up next here. Approximately 7 o'clock between Chapmanville and Teays Valley Christian. So again, join us on pay-per-view for tonight's contest. Again, you can sign up online now on our Facebook page or on YouTube in order to catch the action here tonight. Now Ellis will bring it across the timeline after the failed first possession for Chapmanville here in the fourth. Aldrich will take it up top. Nice backdoor pass underneath. Able to feed it inside for Odessa.
Atkins got lost there a little bit. Did a 360 looking for his man.
That's 5 points for Odessa. All of them here in the second half. Those are the only points in the second half for the Lions. As Atkins 3 off the mark. Gets knocked out of bounds, but it'll stay with the Tigers. Carter will fire it in for Chapmanville. Gets it underneath the Neal and maybe shoved a little bit that time. Didn't get called, but this one will as New puts it in, and he'll be fouled. It's Colton New now the 10th player into the scorebook tonight for Chapmanville. Only Gollihue and Burgess are the only two left to try and complete Yahtzee here, I guess. Connect four, whatever you want to put it. Spades. Trying to think as many games as I can right now. It's New off on that free throw. Taken away now. Bingo. There we go. There's another one. It's out front three. This one off the mark from Aldrich. Neal able to take the rebound away. Carter will bring it across. Looks over for Gollihue. Gollihue lines up a three. This one too strong. Rebound taken away by Aldrich. They'll get it up ahead. Stop in his tracks is Odessa. Johnson will take it, gives it back to Odessa. Little floater up, and Odessa use all the offense here in the second half for Teays Valley. He's got all 7 of their points. Again, they haven't brought back Anchor in this game since the first quarter, and basically ever since Anchor was gone, so did their offense. As Neal with a great turnaround from the free throw line.
A nice jumper there by Jackson. And just looking, I'm really impressed by this young, the length of this JV squad for Chapmanville. Looking out there at Neal, New, Carter on the floor.
I agree. Whenever you start looking at it, I'm like, they are one of the best size JV teams you can probably find in the state. Odessa intercepts that pass, taken, gives it off to Ellis. On the far side, Odessa, he'll chuck up a three. That one off the mark as Neal grabs the board. Again, Neal, some of these big guys able to go out and knock down jumpers as well. Just makes the offense so much more dangerous. That jumper off the mark for Carter, taken away by Odessa. He'll be hounded in the backcourt.
Oh, is that number 4?
Sure is. And they get Austin Atkins for his 4th foul. But hey, fouls are like timeouts, Austin. You can't take them back to Chapmanville with you. You might as well use them. The 30-second timeout called by Teays Valley with 5:52 to go here in the 4th quarter. Chapmanville leading at 61-29 over the Lions. And again, Chapmanville coming out here for the varsity game later. Chris, they fell behind by 8 early in that game back at Chapmanville. They looked almost asleep in the first half, Coach Napper said. And then he called a timeout. Got his team motivated. They went out and played superb basketball after that. So you know tonight Chapmanville in the varsity game wants to get off to a much better start and try and put their stamp on this game as early as they can.
Especially here on the road. Anytime you're playing on the road, away from home, you don't want to get off to a slow start. And Teays Valley Christian, if I'm not mistaken, they're 8-0 in this building this year. Mm-hmm. So you have to make sure that you're on your A game from the tip. The game back in Chapmanville, it was a very slow start, very sloppy, a lot of turnovers. At one point, Coach Napper had a line change heading up to the scorers table there in the first quarter. I think he brought a couple of those guys back. But the halftime speech must have been inspiring because the second half looked a lot different.
And when he came up and talked to us in the post-game show, he still didn't seem too happy, but, you know, that's just how you are whenever you know how things are supposed to go, how it's supposed to look, and when it doesn't look that way, you want it adjusted and fixed as quickly as possible. And Coach Napper, you know, he's excited to be back out here tonight as well after about a 5-6 day layoff. So we'll have that game coming to you approximately 20 minutes at the conclusion of this contest. Oldrick got caught in midair, throws one up, almost got it to go. It's taken away by Carter. Bringing across midcourt, drives in, nice move by Carter, but can't finish at the rim.
He might have got hit there, but sometimes in a game with this kind of deficit, you're not going to get all of those calls.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's 32 now. You're getting into no blood, no foul territory, and no need to worry there as Carter just buries a three instead. Carter now with 8 points, his second three of the game. 64-29, Chapmanville. And it was a 5-point lead early for Teays Valley at 9-4, but Chapmanville's turned on the afterburner since then. Odessa with a good fake in the left corner. His floater won't fall, and New grabs the board. Now under 4:40 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Carter, who he thought about stepping into another three, goes down low for Neal, has it blocked. He'll get it back. Kicks it over to Gollihue, left corner jumper, short. Rebound, Odessa able to take it away as he heaves one down the floor. Oldrick waiting on it, but Chapmanville gets back. Now feed it back to the man trailing. Is getting tied up as Rollins. And it'll stay Teays Valley ball. Instead, I believe they got a foul on that play.
I think they got a jump ball, Chris.
Okay, they're quick at the scores table, I tell you. They flip that back over to Chapmanville in a hurry. So that one gets knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Teays Valley. Now we're going to get Smith checking in for Gollihue. Looks like we're going to get another timeout here with 4:21 to go, and I think both sides are out a 30-second timeout, so this will be a full, and we'll be back after this as you're watching high school basketball action on the D&D Sports Network.
Getting ready for sports means protecting those eyes. Up to 90% of sport-related eye injuries can be prevented with proper eye protection. White Eye Care knows this and is committed to providing the best protective sportswear for your child's eyes. As a proud sponsor of our community sports programs, we want to see our kids protected, from the little ones up to the big leagues. Our huge selection of eyewear makes finding that perfect pair easy. So win big this season. Call White Eye Care in Logan for an appointment today.
If you're looking for a friendly and fun atmosphere to enjoy your daily cuisine, come to Teays Pizza in Lenore, West Virginia. Teays Pizza has world-renowned cheese sticks, delicious pizza, and the best subs in the pizza and pasta game. Don't forget to take advantage of our milkshake shop located inside. Bring your family down to meet ours. We are the place that treats you like family from the second you pull in the parking lot. We look forward to seeing you here at Teays Pizza.
4:21 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 64-29. Chapmanville has dominated from the second quarter on of this contest. Chris Kidd, Chris Gore, J.J. Pruitt, our engineer here tonight. Both sides trying to get in a couple different players during that timeout. Oldrick is off for Ellis at the top of the key. Nearing the midway point of this fourth quarter. Oldrick trying to get away from Smith, gives it off to Johnson instead. Near side, little head fake by Odessa, runs into traffic, lost the ball, gets it back. This jumper may have been blocked at the free throw line as Atkins clears it.
You know, it's a moot point at this juncture in the game, but I've noticed that Chapmanville is not getting the closely guarded count from the officials. That's something that used to burn me up as a coach. If my defender's out there giving it everything she has, we're within 6 feet, I want that closely guarded. Yeah, and you know that's one of the things that can change a game, can disrupt an offense so quick whenever you've got players under that kind of duress against a count, knowing there's a defender that's going to be pressing them. And I'm like you, if you're not getting that count, there's no pressure on the ball. And Smith comes away with a steal, and he'll lay it in. Cass Smith, 9 points on the evening for Chapmanville, 64-29. Ellis will take it on the left wing. And join us on pay-per-view tonight for the Chapmanville and Teays Valley varsity contest coming your way approximately 20 minutes at the conclusion of this game.
Johnson will take a three from the left wing, and he'll knock it down.
A little celebration on his way back down the floor, cutting it to a 32-point game.
Hey, just a couple more. Just a couple more. And his third three of the night, actually, is Johnson's got 9 points here, and now we're going to see Cruz Burgess for the first time. So he'll check in for Carter. Here with 2:54 to go. Everybody's seen some playing time here tonight now on both sides. The Tigers have doubled up Teays Valley, 64-32 at the moment. Back inside for Odessa, now taken away by Neal. They'll get it over to Burgess, looks up ahead for Neal, and almost threw it in. He was trying to get it over to Colton New, and he nearly threw it in from half court.
Honestly, Chris, I think he was throwing the oop there, and Colton didn't have his back.
He didn't have the Derek Wittenberg moment there with Lorenzo Charles. It would have been a good time to go up and grab that and just put it in.
It was right on the line.
Now here's Johnson trying to shake on Neal, gets inside, and a great move by Johnson.
And he flex at the end. I love the enthusiasm. You know, they've ran that play for him twice. They've got him in ISO situations over here on the left wing, and both times Chapmanville, they haven't sent that help defender. So maybe the last couple minutes, if they try to run that again, they'll recognize it.
I got to say, that's a heck of a flex to be flexing down 30.
He's feeling it.
I think, there was a game, college football game back in the 2010s, early 2010s maybe. A player got a stop for like Texas A&M or something, got up waving his hands, no more. They were down like 77-0. I was like, at this point, just go back to the huddle. It's like, good play, but, don't draw attention to it right now. Johnson spin move in the lane. That one pops out on him. Neal will take the rebound. Hugh now brings it up the floor, goes into the middle for New. New got kind of tripped up a little bit there and got fouled on the play.
I'm anxious to see what kind of offseason Colton New can have in the weight room.
Yeah, he's one of those, we said baby giraffe, but you know what? Baby giraffes, they can grow up and all of a sudden have great potential if they get nurtured the right way. And I'm like you, New gets some muscle on him, a little bit more experience on him. He could be a force to be reckoned with. Burgess jumper, this one won't fall, taken by New. Get it back to Burgess. We'll try it again. This one's short. And we just got to move him back out towards half court.
It was a little too close.
It was just too close. A minute 33 left here in the fourth quarter. So they'll get it over to Burgess. He'll gather and fire. See? Just that simple. They'll just move him out, Coach. We know what we were talking about.
Shoot or shoot, Chris. That was nothing but net.
So now it's 11 of 12 in the scorebook for the Tigers. Is that three going to be off the mark for Wall? Now Gollihue, the only one that hasn't scored. Gollihue's normally one of the ones that one of the top scorers for this Tiger club. He's just had an off night tonight.
And that happens, but you love to see, even with the poor offensive performance today from Jake, he's still out there hustling for loose balls, diving on the floor. He's not going to let the way he's shooting the ball affect his effort.
Burgess off on that one. Kicks it over for Gollihue. Top of the key. Now they go down low for New here in the final 45 seconds. New turnaround, no good. Gollihue fighting for the rebound. It'll be knocked out of bounds and stay with Chapmanville. That's one of the biggest things to do. When you're not doing certain things the way you normally do, you find other ways to contribute. Gollihue's been doing that a lot when he's been in the game here tonight. Burgess looking to try and feed New down low. Had it knocked away. And I'm going to say last touch by Colton New. 67-34. It's time now for our Tug Valley Wellness Clinic Player of the Game here this evening. And, Coach, I was kind of thinking David Browning, give him 13 points here tonight. Did you have anyone different?
I certainly agree with David Browning. He was impressive inside today, but also distributing the basketball, reading the defense. I thought he had a very nice game. Anxious to see if he can carry that over into the varsity action.
I'm like you. I think he did everything all around. It wasn't just the scoring here tonight. It was the passing, the rebounding, really set the tempo from the outset for the Tigers. And he is our Tug Valley Wellness Clinic player of the game here this evening as he finishes with 13 points. And you had Carter with 8, Neal with 4, Sperry with 2, Blair with 5, Harless right there with 11 points overall. Smith had 9, New had 2, Atkins with 3, Burgess with 2, and Vance with 8 to round out the scoring for the Tigers here tonight as they win it by a wide margin over the Lions. And now we are going to step aside for a break. Again, join us on pay-per-view coming up here in about 20 minutes here from Teays.